Memphis, you have got the mother of all matches coming up this Monday night. You got Jerry the King Lawler, the fabulous one, Jeff Jarrett. They're going up against Bret the Hitman Hart and Owen the Rocket Hart. You know, there's 4 great wrestlers in there, and I wouldn't want to have to pick the winner of that one.
Hey, I'm right here with Jeff Jarrett, the fabulous one, and the King, Jerry Lawler, and my goodness gracious, the mother of all matches coming up here, Jeff.
You know, Dave, I really don't know what to say because there's a lot of tension in the air. It seems like the excitement's really building toward Monday night. They're calling it the mother of all matches. And, you know, I think this all started when Bret Hart wanted to call himself a king, and it goes back to pride and what you got inside of you. You know, about 6 weeks ago, Jackie Fargo came to Memphis, Tennessee, and he decided, and he'd been thinking about this for a couple of months, that he wanted to call me, he wanted me to carry on the Fabulous One name. Well, in my mind, Jackie Fargo's the one and only Fabulous One, but I'm going to do my best. And Bret Hart and Owen Hart, you're not from Memphis, Tennessee, but I've been around this area a long time. And Jerry Lawler came on the scene about the time Jackie Fargo ended his career. And since that time, he has been the man around here. And he's done an awful lot. That's right. Go ahead and clap if you want to, because you should be proud of the King, because he's done an awful lot. If he's had to throw a fireball or if he's had to come out of the top of the Mid-South Coliseum, he did what he had to do to become the King. So Bret Hart and Owen Hart, that's what I want you to realize what you're facing. You're going to be facing the Fabulous One and the King Monday night, and there's going to be a lot at stake. Because me and Jerry take the USWA very serious, and it looks like you two guys don't. You make fun of the South, you make fun of Memphis, Tennessee, and you make fun of the King and what he's all about. Well, boys, I'm going to let Jerry tell you what we're going to do to you, but I just want you to realize, and when the match is over, I want you to take this tape, and I want you to show it to your mother, and that's where you're going to be, they're going to realize it is going to be the mother of all matches.
All right, Jeff. King, this all did start sort of at the King of the Ring thing, where all of a sudden he decided he was going to be the king.
That's right. Well, I'm not going to go into any long history lesson out here because everybody knows what's gone down. It started really before the King of the Ring when everybody in the World Wrestling Federation sort of looked down their noses at the USWA and at all our wrestling fans down here in the South. They all thought that the Big Apple was a big deal. They thought that New York City and the World Wrestling Federation was the highest you could be, and everybody else was a bunch of local yokels. Well, it didn't take much to realize that all of those so-called big stars like Hulk Hogan, Macho Man Randy Savage, Jimmy, Mouth of the South Hart, all of those jerks had come from right here in Memphis, Tennessee, and we had whipped their butts before they got to the WWF. Now I'm going to let you in on another little secret. I've made it my personal goal to go up there and show those people what we're all about, that the WWF ain't that big a deal as far as we're concerned. And last night, just a little more than 12 hours ago, I was the main event in Madison Square Garden against Macho Man Randy Savage, and I kicked his butt in front of 22,000 people in New York City last night. Now, that made me feel pretty good, but I want to tell you what made me feel real good about it was the fact that in front of 22,000 New York City people who think that we're a bunch of Beverly Hillbillies down here, that announcer, Howard Finkel, stood in the middle of that ring, and he said, coming down the aisle from Memphis, Tennessee. That's right. The King from Memphis, Tennessee, and I knew that all 22,000 of those idiots in New York City were hating it. And I want to tell you something, I was loving it because I'm proud to be from Memphis, Tennessee. And Monday night, Owen and Bret Hart, you're going to see what 2 Tennessee boys are going to do to 2 Canadians who like to think they're from the Big Apple. We're going to send you back to the Rotten Apple with your tails tucked between your legs because he can beat Owen Hart, I can beat Bret Hart, and I want to tell you this. My mother can beat your mother, too. You understand that?
The word from the King and the Fabulous One, the mother of all matches, coming up Monday night at the Mid-South Coliseum.